you've got all of this information down about the rules and the story. And what you're going to do is first is you're going to use this paper. And in this paper, you're going to start putting a number 1 through 5. So like for instance, number 1 is, for me, you're not doing this, you're doing your own. Number 1, I put 2 here, and then I put 1 down here, and then I put 2 here. So it's kind of like an L shape with a little bit sticking out this way. Now that's not the original way I made it. I actually put it a little bit different. You can see there's a 1 here. I switched it over here, and as you put in your like first 2-3 parts, like it's real easy, but then once you're trying to fill out the remaining cubes with where your parts fit, you end up kind of changing your design. So you're going to start off putting 1s through 5 here. I would just put like all your 1s, and then all your 2s, and then all your 3s, and then eventually you're going to work it out to something like this. So you'll have a 3D cube like this, where you can see inside of it. And I'll show you how to tape it so it kind of does that little bit of an illusion. But here's my 1. I said it was like an L shape. When you color them, it's like a lot easier to see. And it goes under there. And then my 2, it has 3 on the top and then 3 right here.
I thought that was hand drawn, sir. I'll be honest.
No, I printed that out but colored it. But that's what this becomes. You can tape it that way. So you work it out in pencil, of course, so that you can kind of get your idea down of what you want it to look like. And then put it together. You don't have to put it together exactly like this right away. And then you're going to make your own kind of pieces drawn individually. So all that paper is the stuff at the front. I ended up needing 2 of these pages here, and the way I cut them out so they fit. And I made a mistake on this, and I had to put white out. But and you don't have to draw them as they sit in there. You can draw them rotated around if you'd like, if there's like a part that's hard to see. But I recommend that you use the color pencils I have, kind of get it drawn out. You don't have to do anything super detailed. Just draw the shape isometric style. And then I just colored the front. And then the side, I kind of just darkened it with a black pencil or brown pencil. And then the tops, I just left white. And that is a real quick way to kind of get this 3D dimensional look. Ultimately, what you're going to end up making is you're going to do this all on paper, and that's going to take you 2 to 3 days, depending on how quickly you can see your design through. And then once you get it done here, I'll check it and I'll sign your work. And if I sign it, that means your design's good and you can go forward with it. Now, ideally, you would wait until I sign it, but if you're waiting too long, just move on to Onshape. And if there's any changes we need to make and mistakes that you made following the rules, then we can correct them. But what you'll end up doing is you go to Onshape and you can make your 5 parts. Actually, you can make them all in one part file. Make your 5 parts with extrusions and sketches. And then you'll assemble it, and then you'll make a drawing page, kind of like we did with the train. Well, you'll have it kind of like exploded apart, and you'll have a BOM table, and you'll have little labels on it. And that's all this project's going to take. You're going to put stuff in your notebook that I'll check, but I'm also going to check what your design is here. That's an easy grade. And then you'll go make it on Onshape and assemble it. That's another grade. And then I'm going to have you submit that drawing page, and that's going to be part of your final exam. So this thing is going to kind of touch several stuff, a couple more grades, but this is literally the last thing that we're putting in our notebook. Now, your resources are the stuff that you have at the front, but I have one more resource that I want to show you. And that's the computer over here. If you click on the one on Canvas, you have this drawing tool here, which you can click and open up. Now, this doesn't save anything that you do on it. So whatever you do here, it's just like I don't know what software it uses, but you can put in a variety of different cubes. So like, let's say I'm going to put an orange cube, and I want the bottom of it to like go across the middle, and I don't know, come up like a T or something. And then I want a blue one. It's a little bit hard to kind of see this stuff 3-dimensional, but if you play around with it, you might enjoy what you're making. Maybe I want this one to kind of have like a step look. So anyways, you can make your 5 pieces inside of here and kind of see how they fit together. But if you're not going to put it on paper, you're going to lose it. So make sure that whatever you do on here, make sure that you write it down, because you're going to go from class to class and forget. So make sure that you write it down and have it on the paper so that you don't lose your design. I've had lots of students, they come up to me and they'll tell me like, oh yeah, I already designed it. I'm like, oh, okay, let me see the design. And they're like, oh, I lost the paper. Oh, I didn't record it. And then they have to start over. You're going to forget your design if you don't write it down on paper. So get the stuff down on paper. Ask me questions about how this project works, and I'll answer them, and I'll help you kind of get it set up. If you can't visualize this, I will help you see it. I want you to be able to do well on this. And then eventually, you're going to make an actual cube. So I've got a cube here. Let me show you over here, I guess.
So it's not overdoing for this project. Just this, the drawing, on shape, and then a page,
and then you can make a physical model.
Well, that's pretty easy.
So the physical model will be the last thing that we do. After you make everything all together, this would be the final piece to it.
Keep it?
Yeah, I don't want it. Everybody's gonna have their own designs. So I mean, that would be kind of like your memento to take home at the end of the year.
To remember you, sir?
To remember me and your time at Kano. Anyway, so that's what the project is. There's several little grades for it, but it should all be easy and kind of fun. If you have any questions, just let me know, and I'll help you out.